All right. Welcome in, everyone. Diving right into it today. We're cracking open something pretty fascinating for this deep dive.
Yeah.
An advanced manual from Revival of Wisdom.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, I gotta say, this isn't exactly light reading.
No.
It's protected intellectual property.
Yeah.
And as we get into it,
Yeah.
I think you'll start to see why.
You'll definitely get a feel for it. Yeah.
Now, luckily for everybody listening,
Yeah.
you got us to kind of break it down, make it make sense. So consider this your guided tour through, I guess you could say some pretty powerful concepts.
That's a good way to put it. Sort of a behind the scenes access without needing, the secret password or whatever.
Exactly.
Casual handshake.
And for this particular deep dive, we're really focusing on a core idea from the manual. They call it the inner eye.
Right.
And more importantly, how we can start to strengthen it, how we can access that and make it, work for us.
Yeah. That's the real key, right? It's not just about the concept. It's about what you can actually do with it.
Totally. And what's interesting here is the manual lays out a pretty systematic approach, a kind of step-by-step path.
Mhm.
It's all about helping you move beyond your everyday way of seeing things, almost like a default mode we get stuck in.
Like a rut almost.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's about boosting your capacity for thought,
Yeah.
like really unlocking new levels of creativity, sharpening that awareness of the world around you, and honestly, maybe even beyond.
Mm. Beyond. That's a big one.
It is, and we'll get into that. But I think
Yeah.
a key point for our listeners here
Yeah.
is this isn't just like theoretical fluff. This is about practical stuff.
Yeah.
It's grounded in results, real methodologies.
Absolutely. It's very action oriented, very results focused. For the folks listening who are all about like real understanding, quick, thorough, that's what we're all about here on the deep dive. And that's what this manual's all about too.
It is, yeah. And just to give everyone a sense of the landscape, where we're headed,
Roadmap.
yeah, the manual jumps into some really intriguing territory. We're talking things like actively developing your imaginative faculties, learning how to gain control in your dreams,
Yeah.
lucid dreaming,
Right, right.
cultivating that stronger intuition, that gut feeling.
Yeah, learning to trust that inner voice.
But before we get into all that cool stuff,
Hmm.
the manual starts with something even more fundamental, like a bedrock concept.
Yeah, the foundation.
Yeah, it's the nature of reality as we experience it
Yeah.
and the role our consciousness plays in that whole experience. So kind of a big one to kick things off.
Huge, yeah. It kind of sets the stage for everything else. Like, okay, before we could talk about changing reality, we got to understand what reality actually is, right?
Right, absolutely.
So diving right in, the manual starts with, let's be honest, a pretty radical idea. It says that the physical reality we all experience, through our five senses, what we see, hear, touch, taste, smell,
The stuff we take for granted.
yeah, the everyday stuff, it's saying that's actually, get this, a very limited slice of existence, just a
Mhm.
small part of the whole picture.
Wow, so like there's more to it than meets the eye, literally.
Literally,
Yeah.
yeah. It's proposing that what we experience as the material universe, the solid world around us, it's more like a reflection, like a manifestation of much bigger multidimensional realms.
Okay, so that definitely makes you stop and think for a second. And it gets even wilder
Yeah.
when the manual starts talking about our thoughts,
Mhm.
our imagination, the mind itself. It says
Mhm.
flat out, these aren't physical things,
Right.
not like a table or a chair or your phone.
Not in the same way, yeah. You can't like weigh them on a scale or dissect them in a lab.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the manual describes them as metaphysical
Mhm.
or spiritual, basically non-physical in their very nature. And this is where it starts to get really interesting, I think, for our listeners.
Okay, yeah, tell me more.
Because the manual draws this very specific line of causality. It's saying that everything we encounter in the physical world
Yeah.
actually originated in that non-physical realm we were just talking about.
Oh, interesting. So like everything starts as a thought, essentially.
That's the idea. Think about it. Like any invention, any work of art, any building, it all started as an idea, a spark in someone's mind.
Right, right. Then they kind of play with it in their imagination and eventually, boom, it becomes a real thing.
Exactly. And the manual really lays out this clear distinction for you listening between those two realms. The physical plane,
It's a world we're walking around in.
exactly. That's the realm of effects, it says, what we experience, the outcome.
The result.
But the mental plane, the space where all those thoughts and imaginations hang out,
Uh-huh.
that's presented as the realm of causes.
Okay, so the material world, the physical stuff, it's just like the end product of what's going on in that mental space.
That's how the manual frames it. It's like a projection,
Yeah.
a result of what's happening in that higher causal dimension. And here's where it gets juicy. The manual suggests we have a direct line, a connection, a gateway to those higher planes of consciousness. We do.
We do. At least that's what they're saying.
Fascinating. So that brings us to like the whole mind over matter idea. I know a lot of people listening have heard that before, but maybe not quite grasp what it really means.
And the manual doesn't shy away from that. It dives right in.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So how does it explain it?
Well, it doesn't present it as some mystical, unexplainable thing.
Right.
It's actually presented as a logical consequence of this whole cause and effect relationship between the mental and physical planes.
Okay, I'm starting to see it.
Yeah.
So because my mind's operating in that mental plane, that realm of causes,
Exactly.
it can actually influence the physical plane. The world of effects has to respond to that.
That's how they lay it out. Your mind is the initiator, the spark. And the physical world, well, it reacts. It takes shape based on that.
So if I'm trying to change my life, really make lasting positive changes, the place to start is actually inside my own mind.
That's the key takeaway. Because if the physical world is just a reflection,
then it can only reflect what's already present in that mental realm.
oh, that's powerful.
Right. It really flips the script on how we usually think about things.
It does. So where does the human mind fit into all of this? Is it like just a passive observer?
Not at all. And that's where things get really interesting. According to this manual, the human mind is so much more than just a processor of information or a receiver of input.
Okay, what is it then?
It's actually presented as the portal, the gateway to those metaphysical layers of reality we keep talking about.
Whoa, that's a big claim.
It is, and it goes even further. The manual actually suggests that the mind itself is woven into the very fabric of existence.
What? Seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but deeply intertwined with the structure of reality itself.
Mm.
And it has this inherent ability, this incredible power to shape and mold reality through its creative force.
Okay, now that's just mind-blowing, literally.
I know, right? It describes the mind as pure consciousness. Like imagine a focused beam of light. That's your mind. That's your awareness.
Okay, I'm with you.
And then, get this, it introduces imagination, attention, and will as the tools that mind uses.
Okay, I'm really curious now. Break that down for me.
So the idea is that these tools, they're how you focus and concentrate that light of your consciousness. You give it form, you give it structure. And it's happening in that mental realm, that causal space we talked about. And those forms, well, they come from your thoughts, your intentions. And then they can be translated, brought into the physical world. It's like a blueprint becoming a building.
Wow, so everything I see around me, every physical thing, started as a thought in someone's mind.
That's the big takeaway here. All physical creation, it's an emanation from the mind. It starts with that intent, the spark of cause. It operates in those mental planes. And then there are these like intermediary levels, the manual mentions, the astral and etheric planes. Think of them as energetic blueprints, kind of like the scaffolding before the real building goes up.
Interesting. So it goes through these stages, these different levels of reality.
That's what they're suggesting. And ultimately, it solidifies as material reality in the physical plane. That's what we see and touch and interact with every day. It really makes you think about the power of your own mind, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And all of this talk about the mental plane makes me wonder, what's the strategic, like the practical significance of it?
It's a great question, and the manual goes into it. It stresses that the mental plane isn't some abstract, far-off concept.
Right.
It's actually the foundational layer of reality. It's like the ground floor influencing everything else. The astral, the etheric, those energy blueprints.
Right.
And ultimately, the physical world we see around us.
So it all goes back to that mental plane.
It does. And the reason for this profound influence, according to the manual, is its formless nature.
Formless? What does that even mean?
It means it's not fixed, not rigid. It's incredibly malleable.
Like clay, maybe.
Perfect analogy. It can be shaped and directed by your intent, your attention, your emotions, all your experiences.
So it's constantly changing, constantly being shaped by our thoughts and feelings.
Exactly. That's what gives it such a powerful capacity to affect those other layers of reality.
Yeah,
The results can be pretty transformative.
that makes sense. So where does consciousness fit into this? Is that formless too?
Well, the manual says that at its most fundamental level, yes. Consciousness at its core is also unconditioned, formless.
Yeah.
It's like the pure source of awareness, the seed of creation itself.
Huh. That's deep.
I know, right? And it's very different from how we usually think about ourselves. You know, our names, our jobs, our roles.
The labels we put on ourselves.
Exactly. The manual suggests those are just temporary. like constructs shaped by our journey, by the world around us.
So my true nature, my core consciousness, isn't bound by those things.
That's the idea. It's much more fluid, adaptable. The manual uses this really cool image of a flowing stream,
Oh, I like that.
constantly moving, changing from one state to another.
Yeah.
And that inherent dynamism, that adaptability,
Mm-hmm.
that's what hints at the truly limitless potential we have as humans.
Limitless, huh? But what about all the limitations I feel in my life? The obstacles, the things holding me back.
That's a really important point, and the manual addresses that directly. It argues that those limitations, the barriers you perceive,
Yeah,
they're not actually inherent to your consciousness itself.
they're not.
Nope. It's saying they're often self-imposed, a result of your own beliefs, your conditioning, things you've picked up along the way.
So it's like I'm putting up my own walls, basically.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And here's the really empowering part.
Okay, tell me.
Once you understand that your mind is fundamentally formless, adaptable, you can start to pinpoint those self-imposed restrictions, and you can actively dismantle them.
Oh, wow. So I can actually break down those walls.
That's the idea. And when you do that,
Mhm.
it can unlock so much potential for creativity, for powerful visualization,
Mm-hmm.
even for things like astral projection. You know, that experience of your awareness outside your physical body.
Oh, right. We touched on that earlier.
Exactly. It's all about recognizing those boundaries, those limitations are often just mental constructs.
Yeah.
And once you free your mind from those constructs, it's like this whole new range of possibilities opens up. You can move beyond what you currently believe is possible.
It's like anything is possible.
That's the spirit of it, yeah. And the manual actually provides some really specific guidance on how to do this, how to engage with that formless nature of mind and use it to shape your reality.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Well, it explains that it all starts with intent, focused intent, used as a tool to direct that light of your consciousness, like we talked about earlier.
Okay, so I'm shining this light, but where am I shining it? What am I doing with it?
That's where imagination comes in. And the manual places a huge emphasis on imagination.
Yeah.
It calls it the cornerstone of creation.
Really?
Yeah. It's the primary way to activate what they call the inner vision, or the mind's eye. So some traditions call it the third eye.
Right, right. I've heard of that.
It's like this innate cognitive faculty, a way of perceiving those non-physical realms.
Like the astral plane we were talking about.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
a way to interact with those higher dimensions of consciousness. And the term third eye itself is really significant here.
Okay, how so?
Well, the manual explains it's meant to represent a type of perception that's totally different from our normal senses. It's not like seeing with your physical eyes.
Or hearing or touching.
Right. It's a different way of perceiving altogether. The inner eye is what allows you to engage with this thing they call astral matter.
Okay, what's it?
Think of it as a more malleable, energetic substance. It exists in those non-physical realms, and you can actually influence it with your thoughts and intentions.
Interesting. So it's like a kind of energy that I can shape with my mind.
That's the idea.
Mm.
And the inner eye lets you project intentional images into that space. It's like visualizing your intent, but in a very powerful, focused way.
So it's not like daydreaming. It's more intentional, more active.
Much more. And it's not just about passively observing either. The inner eye can actually shape that astral matter, project your intentions outward. It's like a bridge to those higher dimensions, opening up all these possibilities.
Like what? What kind of possibilities?
Well, for one, it can help with creative problem solving. You can access different perspectives, different angles on a problem. It can enhance lucid dreaming, giving you more control and clarity within those dream states.
Oh, cool.
And as we've mentioned, it's also key for astral projection.
Right, right. It all sounds pretty amazing, but I'm guessing it's not exactly easy to just like flip a switch and start using this inner eye, right?
You're absolutely right. And the manual makes that clear. There's a really crucial first step, a prerequisite for anyone who wants to start strengthening this inner eye.
Okay, what is it? I'm ready for the challenge.
It's called ritual consciousness. And the manual presents it as the absolute essential preliminary step.
Interesting name. So what exactly is it?
Well, they describe it as a state of being, where your mind becomes incredibly still, incredibly calm. Your five senses kind of take a backseat. They stop processing all that external information so intensely.
Okay, so I'm tuning out the world, basically.
In a way, yes. And your nervous system, your whole body, reaches this deep state of relaxation. It's like the gateway to those deeper states of awareness, the foundation you need for all of this to work.
So how do I actually achieve this Ritual consciousness.
The manual lays it out step by step, which is really helpful. It all starts with setting the scene, creating the right environment.
Okay, so like dimming the lights, lighting some candles.
It's not necessarily about the aesthetics, though that can help some people. It's more about finding a space that feels quiet, comfortable, and undisturbed. A place where you can relax and focus.
Makes sense. What else?
Posture is important too. The manual says to find a position that feels good for you, whether sitting or lying down. The key is to be able to relax completely, stay physically still, and avoid distractions.
Okay, so like no fidgeting, no checking my phone.
Exactly. And closing your eyes is a big one too. It helps minimize that external sensory input and start turning your attention inward.
Right, right. So I'm starting to create this inner space, this stillness. What's next?
The next step is conscious breathing. They detail a very specific technique. You take a slow, deep inhale through your nose. And as you breathe in, you visualize drawing energy in from your surroundings.
Like absorbing energy from the air.
Exactly. And you imagine this energy traveling up your spine all the way to the top of your head. You time it so the energy reaches its peak as your lungs fill completely.
Okay, I can picture that. What about the exhale?
The exhale is all about release. A soft, gentle exhale through your nose. The key is to keep that breath flowing smoothly and rhythmically.
So it's like a cycle, this ebb and flow of breath and energy.
That's it. And you continue this practice for about 10 minutes. Just keep your focus on the sensation of that energy moving through you and the rhythm of your breath.
Okay, so I'm breathing, I'm visualizing, I'm relaxing, and eventually I reach this state of ritual consciousness.
That's the goal. The manual describes it as a point where your mind becomes truly still. Your body is completely relaxed, and your nervous system is calm and balanced. It's the ideal starting point for any kind of inner work you want to do.
So it's like the launching pad for all the other techniques and practices?
Exactly. It creates the optimal conditions for your intentions and your concentration to be really effective.
I'm starting to see how important this is.
It is. And the manual really emphasizes that. It's not just a warm-up. It's the foundation for everything else. By consistently practicing this ritual consciousness, you're training your mind to be focused, receptive, and free from distractions.
Makes sense. So my mind's calm, my body's relaxed. But what about all that sensory information that's usually bombarding my awareness?
Well, that's where the magic happens. Because when your nervous system reaches this state of balance, it actually reduces the amount of sensory input going to your brain. Your body becomes still, and all that external noise starts to quiet down.
Interesting. So it's like I'm creating silence from within, even if the world around me is still noisy.
That's a great way to put it. And in that silence, in that stillness, you can access a state of pure awareness, a consciousness that's free from all the usual clutter.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
It is. And the best part is, with practice, entering this state becomes almost automatic. It just gets easier and easier, and that makes all the other techniques and methods in the manual even more powerful.
So just to recap for everyone listening, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We started with the idea that reality is much bigger and more multidimensional than we usually perceive it.
Right.
We talked about the mental plane being the realm of causes, the source of everything in the physical world.
And how our thoughts and intentions actually shape that physical reality.
Exactly. And then we got into the power of imagination, the key to activating that inner eye, the mind's eye.
And finally, we went step by step through the practice of ritual consciousness.
Yeah.
How to create that inner stillness and relaxation that's essential for everything else.
It's been a really fascinating deep dive so far.
It really has.
Yeah.
And, this manual stresses that all of this isn't just philosophical theory.
Right.
It's about practical application, taking these principles and using them to enhance your own cognitive abilities, your perception.
It's about making real changes in your life.
Exactly. And I think it really prompts a shift in perspective, If these concepts are true, if they really hold up, then mastering them could give you a whole new way of understanding your own potential and the nature of reality itself.
It's like the possibilities become limitless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exciting and a little bit daunting, but I think it's worth exploring.
I agree. And the manual mentions some specific exercises and techniques that can help you develop that inner eye even further. Maybe that's something we can delve into in a future deep dive.
That's a great idea. I'm already looking forward to it. So for everyone listening, as we wrap things up here,
Yeah.
it really leaves us with a powerful question to ponder, What new possibilities might unfold in your life if you consciously cultivate this deeper inner awareness?
That's a good one.
It's a journey worth taking, I think. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.